Hey everybody, I have a new book. This book is Siddhartha by Herman Hesse. It's a short book, I guess. This particular copy is 152 pages long, so it's not a long read, but it's a really good read. Herman Hesse is a Nobel Prize winning author. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature. Herman Hesse is a Swiss German poet and writer. And so this book was translated by Hilda Rosner. I tried to look up more about Hilda Rosner, as she's the one who translated this book into English, but I couldn't find that much. She's best known for this book, and she did an admirable job, a very good job of translating it and making the thoughts and ideas in it easily understood. The book is published by Bantam Books, and let's get right into it. So, this book is set about 2,500 years ago, round about the time when the Buddha was teaching and people were flocking to him for his different ideas, which at the time in the ancient caste system and all that were pretty radical, the Buddha's ideas. But this book is not about the Buddha. It is about a young boy named Siddhartha who was raised in the religious class. The idea behind the character of Siddhartha is that he's constantly looking for enlightenment, or he's trying to find himself and his place in the world. He meets the Buddha, who in real life is also named Siddhartha, but this is a different Siddhartha. He meets the Buddha, and he's impressed by the Buddha. He's extremely moved by his teachings, but decides that the Buddha's method for achieving enlightenment is something that he can't fully explain, and decides that he's best left to try and find enlightenment on his own, in his own way. Takes his own path. This leads him everything from he starves himself, he meditates, he denies himself every pleasure. He doesn't find it that way. He gives in to debauchery and wealth and physical pleasure and love and lust, and that makes him happy for a little while, but the longer it goes on, the greater his discontent grows. And the whole point of the book is that this young lad, in the beginning he's a young lad, by the end of the book he's an older man. It's his quest for enlightenment, for understanding. And it's an excellent read. It's got a lot of Buddhist ideas in it, a lot of Hindu, Vedic ideas in it. But ultimately, the character of Siddhartha takes his own path and ends up beside a river, where he lives with a ferryman, and eventually he takes over and starts ferrying people across the river. And it is through his experience on the river and that he manages to find inner peace. And it's a great book. It's a work of fiction. Some of the places in it are real. They did exist once upon a time, just like Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, really existed once upon a time. There's not too much to say about this book, aside from the fact that it's really good. It's a really good book. I highly recommend it. It's a good read if you're on a path of spiritual enlightenment or mental enlightenment, however you want to consider it, the basic gist of the book is, in the end, no one can save you but yourself, which is a Buddhist teaching. You can study all the scripture, all the philosophy, you can live any type of lifestyle you want, but ultimately your own mental and spiritual well-being comes from the self. And it's not a rejection of the Buddha's teaching or the Vedic scriptures teaching. It's simply an alternative path. And so there are a lot of parallels we can draw with this. A lot of people these days were raised in the church, were raised, or, in the synagogue, or a lot of us are born into these situations where we're taught from a young age what is the truth. And it's always handy how no matter what part of the world you're from, your sect, your religion holds the ultimate truth. And the idea behind this book is that truth is personal, and enlightenment is a personal process. Anyway, it's a really good book. I highly recommend it. Herman Hesse. Siddhartha is the name of the book. It's labeled on here as his most famous novel. Herman Hesse wrote a lot of famous stuff like Steppenwolf. I highly recommend you check it out. This is a short video because it's a short book, but it's a great book, and it's full of meaning. It's full of beautiful prose, and the writing style is, I would describe maybe as simplistic, but the ideas conveyed are not simple. And it's a great look into the mind of a person who's just trying to figure it out. So this book spoke to me personally at one point in my life. I still think about it often. I recommend it. Check it out. Siddhartha by Herman Hesse. Good book. All right, I'll leave you with that. See you next time. Bye.